Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Alwyn here. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. As always, a couple stimulus updates today, so let's get right into those. So, the politicians will be returning back from their long 1 week vacation next week on Monday. Nancy Pelosi says that the House of Representatives will be voting on and passing the stimulus bill next week on Monday. The Republican senators will be looking for ways to get, essentially the stimulus bill kind of thrown out and, get certain parts of the stimulus bill at least thrown out to go under review in the Senate and in order for change to occur within the stimulus package. When a reconciliation bill goes to the Senate, essentially it will be reviewed by the Congressional Budget Office and also the Senate parliamentarian. The Republicans here will be allowed to vote on amendments, right? The Senate Republicans will get the opportunity essentially to make rejections in order to get the things thrown out that they don't want in the stimulus package. The Democrats will need to stick together as a party in order to defend any amendments and modifications if they want to preserve the stimulus package in its current form. However, it is not just the Republican senators that are attempting to make changes. Certain Democrat senators, such as Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema, are also calling for modifications, as they're the two senators, Democratic senators, that oppose the $15 minimum wage increase. Yesterday, a group of Democrat advocates met with Senator Joe Manchin, actually, and they tried to convince him to support the minimum wage of $15 an hour. William Barber, the co-chair of the PPC, reminded Senator Manchin that when the Democrats were campaigning during the elections, that they promised to increase the minimum wage, saying that it would be an ultimate betrayal to now have gotten here and then, have the power to even raise the minimum wage and then just retreat completely. The Senate Republicans are looking at Senator Manchin as an opportunity to get the minimum wage thrown out of the third stimulus package. The Senate Republicans are also looking to amend the income eligibility requirements for the $1,400 stimulus checks. They say that way too many people, the Senate Republicans, they say that way too many people are getting the stimulus checks, and it would just go to people who don't need them and people who are earning too much money. However, one economist told politicians that if the income threshold was changed to $50,000 a year, then that would disqualify nearly 40 million people from receiving the stimulus checks. So we will just have to wait and see what the final modifications are and the final version to the stimulus checks will be. It's just a waiting game at this point. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said that 15 million Americans are behind on their rent, 24 million adults and 12 million children do not have enough food to eat, and small businesses are failing. Getting the bill passed in the House is the easy part of this entire process. It is where, it comes to the Senate, passing, the bill is much harder, much more challenging. The Democrats revealed that, immigration reform bill to help undocumented immigrants to obtain citizenship. The bill will be essentially an 8-year pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants. A faster pathway essentially for farmers and undocumented immigrants who were brought to the U.S. as children or at a young age and are, essentially repealing penalties against undocumented immigrants. At least this is what we see so far. Republicans are expected to fight against the bill, and Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi already sees this fight coming. Thus, Pelosi is suggesting to pass the bill as a piecemeal approach, which essentially just means like passing parts of the bill one at a time. The Democrats have also passed a bill to increase IRS, essentially audits on the rich people and on corporations. The bill will give $70 billion to the IRS for auditing corporations with over $20 million in assets and individuals making over $1 million a year. Representative Ro Khanna estimates that it will raise $1.2 trillion for the federal government over the course of the next 10 years. The relationship between Trump and Mitch McConnell is worsening day by day, causing a division within the Republican Party that is quite important to note. After the impeachment trials, McConnell essentially accused ex-President Trump of lying to his supporters because he is angry that he had lost the elections and was kind of sour and bitter over it. Trump said that if the Republican senators are going to stay with McConnell, then they will not win again. The Republican politicians are taking this as a threat and fear that Trump has the ability to influence to ruin their re-election chances. Many Republican politicians do not want Trump's revenge for power, But on the other hand, they want Trump to help win back the House and the Senate in the Republicans' favor. Over 100,000 people in Texas are still without power in their houses. The federal government is doing what they can in order to help the people within Texas as they send supplies to Texas, including generators, water bottles, wool blankets, and meals. Hopefully you guys all learned something new and enjoyed the video. I thank you all so much for your continued support. I do appreciate it tremendously. Make sure to go down below and drop a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. Comment down below. Till next time. Peace.